Most people think they understand McDonald's. They picture golden arches glowing on a highway exit, the smell of fries in the air, and a red cardboard box holding a burger that tastes the same whether you're in New York, Tokyo, or Dubai. To most of the world, McDonald's is fast food, simple, cheap, familiar. But that picture is incomplete. Because beneath the fries, beneath the burgers, beneath even the restaurants themselves, McDonald's is something else entirely, something far more powerful. McDonald's is not primarily a food company. It is one of the most sophisticated real estate empires ever built. This is the story of how a small barbecue stand turned into a global property machine, and how one man understood the real game better than anyone else. The name McDonald sounds ancient, almost mythical. The prefix Mac means son of, while Donald comes from an old Gaelic term meaning ruler of the world. It's a fitting coincidence because the business that carries this name would eventually stretch across continents, shaping cities, diets, and economies. But the original McDonald's were not corporate titans. They were two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, born in New Hampshire, raised during a time when opportunity was scarce and ambition was survival. In the 1920s, like many Americans chasing possibility, the brothers moved west to California. They tried their hand at entertainment first, opening a movie theater. When that failed, they pivoted to a hot dog stand. For a while, it worked.
Then the Great Depression arrived, wiping out businesses across the country, including theirs. It would take another decade before the McDonald brothers found their breakthrough. In 1940, in the city of San Bernardino, California, the brothers opened a barbecue restaurant. At the time, restaurants were deeply personal operations. Every place had its own menu, its own style, its own chaos. Drive-in restaurants were especially popular. Customers parked their cars while waitresses on roller skates delivered food. The experience was fun, but inefficient. Orders took forever, mistakes were common, labor costs were high, and consistency was almost impossible. The McDonald brothers noticed something interesting. When they studied their sales, they realized that nearly all their profits came from just 3 items: hamburgers, French fries, and soft drinks. Everything else on the menu was complexity without reward. So they made a bold decision, one that went against everything restaurants were doing at the time.
They cut almost the entire menu. Then they rebuilt the kitchen from scratch. Instead of chefs and cooks improvising behind the counter, the brothers designed a system. Each worker had one task. One flipped patties, one assembled buns, one handled fries. The kitchen became a production line, more factory than restaurant. Food that once took 30 minutes could now be served in under a minute. They removed plates and silverware, replacing them with disposable packaging. They eliminated car hops and drive-ins, forcing customers to walk up, order, and leave. Speed replaced atmosphere. Efficiency replaced charm. The gamble worked. Customers lined up. The restaurant became famous almost overnight. People drove hours just to see this strange, hyper-efficient burger stand everyone was talking about. And eventually, word reached a man named Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc was not young when he discovered McDonald's. He was not wealthy, and he was not successful, at least not yet. He had lived many lives. As a teenager, he lied about his age to serve as a Red Cross ambulance driver during World War I. After the war, he bounced from job to job: jazz pianist, radio announcer, salesman. By the early 1950s, Kroc was selling milkshake machines, large, expensive devices that could mix several shakes at once. Business was slow. Then one day, he received an unusual order: 8 machines from a single restaurant. Curious, Kroc traveled to San Bernardino to see what kind of place could possibly need that many milkshakes. What he found stunned him. The lines,
the speed, the consistency, the system. Ray Kroc didn't just see a restaurant, he saw a formula. Ray Kroc immediately pitched the idea of franchising the concept nationwide. The McDonald brothers had already tried franchising, but with disappointing results. Without strict oversight, quality collapsed, locations drifted from the original vision. Kroc promised something different: discipline. He recruited franchisees carefully, favoring hard-working operators over wealthy investors. He enforced standards ruthlessly. Every burger had to taste the same. Every process had to be followed exactly. Within 6 years, Ray Kroc built 100 McDonald's, far more than the brothers ever had. But beneath the surface, tension grew. The McDonald brothers still owned the brand. They collected a small percentage of sales, yet they resisted many of Kroc's ideas. To Kroc, they were obstacles standing in the way of a global empire. So, he changed the rules of the game. Ray Kroc realized something critical. The real power wasn't in burgers, it was in land.
Kroc created a separate company that purchased the property where new McDonald's restaurants would be built. Franchisees didn't just pay royalties, they paid rent. And rent, unlike burgers, generated massive profit with minimal risk. If a restaurant failed, McDonald's still owned the land. If sales slowed, rent still came due. The business model was transformed. Food was the excuse, real estate was the engine. In 1961, facing mounting pressure, the McDonald brothers agreed to sell their remaining stake to Ray Kroc for $2.7 million. It was a fortune at the time, but small compared to what the company would become. Ray Kroc finally had full control, and he accelerated. With the original founders gone, Kroc reshaped the brand. He refined the golden arches. He introduced a friendly mascot. He standardized everything, from uniforms to signage. He also expanded the menu carefully. In 1965, McDonald's introduced the Filet-O-Fish to appeal to Catholic customers during Lent. In 1968 came the Big Mac, a layered, indulgent burger designed to feel premium. That same year, McDonald's opened its 1,000th restaurant. Expansion became relentless. The company moved overseas, adapting just enough to local cultures while maintaining its core identity. In 1972, McDonald's revolutionized mornings with the Egg McMuffin, effectively inventing fast food breakfast. Chicken McNuggets followed. Then came the Happy Meal, combining food, toys, and marketing into a powerful loop that made McDonald's the largest toy distributor on Earth. By 1988, there were over 10,000 McDonald's locations worldwide. Ray Kroc did not live to see the full scale of his creation, but his system did not need him anymore. One of McDonald's most underrated weapons was education. Through its internal training program, often called Hamburger University, the company trained managers with near-military precision. Processes were documented, performance was measured, consistency was sacred. This gave McDonald's an edge over competitors like Burger King and Wendy's, who struggled to maintain the same operational discipline at scale. Over time, McDonald's continued evolving. In the 2000s, the brand underwent its first major redesign in decades, replacing plastic seats and bright colors with softer lighting, wood textures, and cafe-style seating. The message was clear: McDonald's wasn't just fast food anymore, it was everywhere, for everyone. Yet despite its dominance, McDonald's is not the largest restaurant chain in the world by location count. That title belongs to Subway. But numbers alone don't tell the story. Today, McDonald's owns only about 15% of its restaurants. The rest are franchised. Yet those franchise locations are the most profitable part of the business. In 1 year alone, company-operated restaurants generated tens of billions of dollars in sales, but only a small fraction became profit. Meanwhile, franchise fees produced margins approaching 80%. This is why McDonald's financial strength doesn't come from flipping burgers. It comes from owning some of the most valuable commercial real estate on Earth. Busy intersections, prime highway exits, city centers.
McDonald's didn't just build restaurants, it built a global property portfolio, one hamburger at a time. So the next time you walk into a McDonald's, look around. You're not just standing in a fast food restaurant, you're standing inside a carefully engineered system, one designed decades ago by two brothers obsessed with efficiency and perfected by a salesman who understood that land lasts longer than lunch. McDonald's may sell food, but it owns the board. And while everyone else is ordering burgers, McDonald's is quietly playing Monopoly, with real buildings, real streets, and a strategy that reshaped modern business forever.